This is R.D. Sharma Solution, Class 11, Chapter 31, Mathematical Reasoning. Exercise is 31.6. The first question is, check the validity of the following statements. So there are three parts here. So 100 is a multiple of 4 and 5. So this is P. How can we write this? We can write this as 100 is a multiple of 4. This is one of the statement. And combined with, this is a connective, 100 is a multiple of 5. 100 is a multiple of 5. Okay. So we have two statements and they are connected with AND. So is it a valid statement or not? So we have to see how does AND behave. And behave like this. If we have say P and Q, so let us take one as P, one as Q. So all the combination I am writing, so that it is easy for us to conclude what will be the result. So, and until both are true, we don't get true. All false until both are true. So 100 is a multiple of 4, this is true. And 100 is a multiple of 5, this is also true. 5 into 20 is 100, 4 into 25 is 100. So true and true is true. So this is a valid statement. This is a valid statement. Second one, 125 is a multiple of 5 and 7. This is Q. This is the second part of this question. So we can write again like this. 125 is a multiple of 5. This is one statement. So this is 125 is a multiple of 5. And 125 is a multiple of 7. Multiple of 7. Now if you see here, 125 is a multiple of 5. Okay. So 5 into 25 is 125. But 7 into something is not going to be 125. It doesn't divide it. So this is true, this is false. And they are between AND. So T and F. See, T and F will give you F. So you'll get a false here. So this is an invalid statement or not a valid statement. Third one, 60 is a multiple of 3 or 4. So 60 is a multiple of 3 and or 60 is a multiple of 3 or 60 is a multiple of 5. So let me just make this combination of OR also. So true, true, false, false. We have true, false, true, false. It will always give you true when either of or one of the statements are true. Both false, then only false. So 60 is 3 into 20 is 60, 5 into 12 is 60. So both are true, true or true is a true. That is, it's a valid statement. Okay, question number 2 here. Check whether the following statements are true or not. So there are two statements. First we'll see. The statement is P. If x and y are odd integers, then x and y is an even integer. If x and y are odd integers, then x plus y, x addition y, is an even integer. So let us see here. Let us say that Q is true. We are saying first, let us take them as a statement. There is P and Q. No, P is already there, so we cannot take P. Let us say Q and R. So Q is one of the statement and R is another statement. Since P is already there, we always take P and Q, but P is x and y are odd integers and R is x plus y is an even integer. X plus y are odd integers, x plus y is an even integer. So let us assume it is true. X plus y are odd integers. If it is true, what does it mean? We can just write odd integers. First we'll make the number as even by multiplying it by 2. And then we will purposefully add 1 to make it as odd. 2n plus 1 is odd. So x and y, x is this, y also you can take 2n plus 1 like this. Now this is okay. Let us see x plus y is an even integer or not. If it is even integer, this statement is true, otherwise it is false. So 2n plus 1 plus 2n plus 1 is going to give you 2m plus 2n plus 2. Now you can take 2 common, m plus n plus 1. m plus n plus 1 is also a constant, you can take it as 2k. So now x plus y is an even integer. So this statement is true. Now this is the second part of the second question. The question is, if x and y are integers, such that x into y is even, then at least one of x and y is an even integer. So we can do it directly, or we can use it, do it, say, contrapositive. So since q is the second part, let us first break them into the statement. So if x and y are integers, such that even. So xy is an even integer, this we take as q. And at least one of x and y is an even integer, we are taking it as q and r. So this is first statement, q, xy is an even integer, is q, and r is at least one of x and y is an even integer. So I'll tell you about both the methods we can do. I'll show you both the methods. So first see, let r not to be true. Assume it to be contrapositive. So let us say r is not true. That is, at least one of x and y is an even integer. We assume it purposefully that if this is not true, that is, x and y are odd integers. At least one of x and y is an even integer. We assume that it is not an even integer, this is an odd integer. Odd integer. We assume it to be odd integer, contrary to what is given. So x and y, let us write it as, I'm saying again that we are assuming it to be false. We are taking the method of concept contrapositive. So x is 2m plus 1, making it as odd as the earlier question. Y we assume it to be 2m plus 1. So let us say what x into y gives us. If x into y gives us the opposite, then the statement is true, otherwise false. So 2m plus 1, 2n plus 1, let us say x into y. So 2n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 into 2m plus 1. I'm multiplying x and y. So when we multiply 2 to the 4mn plus 2m plus 2n plus 1. So now you can take 2 common from here, all these 3. So you get mn, 2mn plus m plus n plus 1. Okay, so this is a constant, assume it to be k, 2k plus 1. So this is odd. This is odd. So xy is an even integer. So we found it contrary. So as I said, when we say that one is wrong, the other is also wrong. So it is true. I hope you got the idea. When one is wrong, when not q, if not q, then not p, that means p implies q. Or p is what we want. This is a true statement. This is a true statement. You can also do it in the straight way. We can just assume that xy is an even integer. If you take x and y as an integer, say take one as 2m, other as 2n. So 4m into say 2k, 2n, let us assume it to be 2n. So 4m into 2m into 2n is 4mn. You can write it as 2 into 2mn. 2mn is k, so 2k. So this is coming as even integer. Okay. So both ways you can do it. The second one. Okay. Okay, now question number 3. So show that the statement is p. If x is a real number, then x cube plus 3 equals 0, then x is 0. If x is a real number such that x cube plus x equals 0, then x is 0. Now we will do it by, or the question says you have to do it by 3 methods. So direct method, contrapositive and contradiction. We'll see contrapositive and contradiction, or the direct method and contradiction are almost same how to prove it. So first divide them into proper statements. So first we are saying x is a real number, x cube plus x equals 0. So if p is the given statement, let us divide it into the required component statements. So one we can take as q, one as r. So q we can take it as x is a real number such that x cube plus x equals 0. And r you can take it as x is 0. So direct method is what? Assume this first is to be true. Let q be true. So x cube plus x equals 0. So take x common, x square plus 1 is 0. X cube plus 1 cannot be 0 because plus 1 is already there. X square plus 1 cannot be 0. So that has to be, x has to be 0. Because x is 0, then also plus 1 will not give you 0. So x has to be 0. So x is 0. So by direct method, the statement is true. If q, then p, or if p, then q, the statement is true. Now coming to the method of contrapositive. Contrapositive. If we can say if not Q, then not R, it's same. So not Q. Let us say it's not Q. That R is not 0. We say that this R or X is not 0. So when we say X is not 0, what will happen to X cube plus X? X square X plus 1. So X is, we are assuming that X is not 0. When this is not 0, X square into X plus 1 will give you never 0. Let us take any two number, any number 2. 2 plus 1, 2 square into 2 plus 1, 4 into 3. This is 12. So until this X is not equal to 0, you are not going to get this value as 0 because you are taking X into X into X square plus 1. So if not Q, then not R is a true statement. That means method of contrapositive, this is true. Now contradiction. Now this is, you can just, contradiction means you assume something and you contradict yourself. If Q is not, let Q not be true, then not Q is, if Q is not true, not Q is true. That is, Q implies R is also true. Not of Q implies R is true. That is, Q and not R is true. Now don't, I'm just saying because the solution is like that, but you don't have to worry about this. The contradiction method is very easy. It's just like your direct method. Okay, all what I'm trying to show is the way you should do if you are preparing for IITs or competition exam. But in order to understand, the best is to assume something and contradict it. Okay, so just let us take the easier way, just to understand, because when you do more examples, you'll understand more. Okay, so let us see here. So we have, let us assume that X is not equal to 0. So when X is not equal to 0, what will happen? X cube plus X, what will happen? X cube plus X. You can take X common, X common, X common, not X square. Okay, this is a mistake. I'll just clear it. So when we have X into X square plus 1, if you are saying X is not equal to 0, I just told you that when I put 2 also, we didn't get it. So X into X square plus 1 will always be 0 when X is 0. And if X is not equal to 0, it will never be 0. So this is a contradiction. Okay, now question number 4. Show that the following statement is true by the method of contrapositive. Contrapositive, okay. That is, let me tell you the statement first. This is, if X is an integer and X square is odd, then X is also odd. This is our statement. If you have followed the examples, this is an example also in your book, means it is solved. So we'll use this X is an integer, X square is odd, then X is also odd. So we'll divide it into two parts. If X is an integer, X square is odd, this is our first statement. Let us assume it to be Q. And R as X is also odd. Contrapositive now. So if not R, then not Q we are going to prove. Or you can say if not Q, then not R. This also you can do. So if not Q, then not P. This is how contrapositive work. If P, then Q. So let us say that R be false. This is not Q. Let R be false. That is, X is not odd. We assume X is not odd because X is also odd. We are saying X is not odd, contrapositive. So X is even, so it has to be some 2n multiplied by some 2 number. Okay, now just square it. X square equals 4n square. We can write it as X square, we can write it as 2 into 2n whole square. So 2 into k you can assume. So X square is coming as even. So now X square is odd in the earlier, means Q is saying X square is odd, but X square is coming is even. So by saying negation of not Q, we also proved negation of not P. That is, the statement is true. If I did not Q, I proved it to be not P. That is, we are by any means saying if P then Q. So this P is a true statement. R is false, that is implying Q is false. This P is true statement, right? You need to go back to the theory. You need to understand it well so that you understand how we can write in a counterpositive way. Okay, guys, this is question number 4 or 5. We are going to take it in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.